We just added an amazing new funnel to Pretty Dashboard. Today, I'm going to be unveiling the beauty service funnel. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this is one of a kind. There's probably not another funnel that is like this, and it's because it's focused on the service provider. And usually the service provider is always thought about as an in-person service-based business, and it is, but there's actually now a way that you can make money while you sleep as a service provider, and that's by using a beauty service funnel. So, what exactly is a beauty service funnel? If you don't know what a funnel is, it's basically just taking your customer on a journey through a sales funnel and giving them a specific experience for a specific goal that you want them to take. So for the beauty service funnel, we want them to book an appointment, but we also want them to purchase aftercare. So instead of traditionally just sending your customer to book an appointment with you and they get email confirmations and it's over, now you're actually giving them the option to pay for their service beforehand, and you're going to be showing them an upsell for aftercare depending on the service that you're selling, the aftercare that's needed to keep up with their services afterwards. So essentially, you can make money without having to actually be in person. So every time someone books with you, they might also purchase the aftercare. They might also pay for their appointment beforehand. So even if a small percentage of your customers or clients purchase the aftercare upsell, you're making more money than you would have, because some people are not going to buy in person. Some people don't like to be sold to. So if that person, for example, is booking this appointment at 3 a.m. and maybe they've had a few drinks, they might actually purchase the upsell. Maybe they wouldn't have purchased that normally. So you actually are making more money than you would have initially before just from your service. And it's just a cool experience for your customers. It makes them feel wanted. It makes them feel like you actually care about them keeping up with their services that they pay good money for. So like I said, today we're going to be building out this beauty service funnel. I will show you how to set it all up. I will show you where you need the links to go and how you can make this the best funnel possible for your in-person beauty services. So let's quickly go over the flow of this funnel, and then we'll get into putting it all together. So they're first going to land on your service page. You could have multiple services here, or you could just focus on one service in your funnel. So for example, if you're talking to someone in person about your salon and how you do hair and nails and lashes and all these things, if they are more interested in just the hair part of it, you could create a funnel for your hair services or just one hair service alone and direct them to that page. And another cool thing about using Pretty Dashboard and creating funnels on Pretty Dashboard is that you can put a custom domain on every single funnel. So in your plan, if you have 30 funnels, you could have a different domain for 30 different funnels. So for the same example, for the hair example, instead of sending them to stevenssalon.com, I could send them to stevenshaircuts.com or stevensbalayage.com and focus on that one service and only on that one service. So they're not distracted by your main website with all the information. They're really just focusing on booking this balayage with you. So they go to this first service page, they learn about it, they decide they want to book with you, and then they move on to the booking page. And on the booking page, you can embed your specific booking platform that you use, such as Square or whatever you're using. You can put the embed code right on that page and have it booked right there. Now, underneath the booking embed is a button that says, "Do you want to pay for this now?" If they click that button, it will bring them to a pay for appointment checkout page where they can check out and pay for their appointment. If they say no, it will just take them to the thank you page saying, "Thank you for booking with me," whatever, whatever. And I'll show you what's on that thank you page, of course. So if they do say yes to pay for the appointment, they pay for their appointment, they enter their information, and then an upsell is going to show after they submit that will say, "Hey, do you want to purchase your aftercare for this specific appointment?" So if, for example, you're service was a balayage, you could have, protein treatments or other kinds of things that they can buy to take home to keep taking care of their investment. So if they say yes to this as well, or they don't, either way, they're going to be brought to the thank you page that just outlines next steps, information, whatever you want to put there. Cool. So now that we know the flow of this funnel, let's go ahead and start going through all of the pages of the funnel and making sure that it's set up correctly for you. All right, so once you've logged in, let's go ahead and choose the beauty service funnel. From the list here, just choose beauty service funnel, and then we will click select and let that populate. So we'll just put beauty service test here, and we will let that funnel populate. Okay, so before we actually start going through each page, let's just quickly go through the settings that you should worry about every single time that you set up a new funnel. So first off, you're gonna wanna go to your global styling and set up all your colors, set up all your fonts and everything that you wanna have here. You can upload a custom font if you want. And this is just so everything kind of stays streamlined in your funnel and you don't have to keep changing text all the time. You next want to go to your actual funnel settings and make sure that you change the title to whatever the name of your funnel is. So I would change it to just beauty service funnel or, balayage funnel, whatever. You could just say balayage services. You don't necessarily have to put funnel in there. This will show up if you do set up certain emails and do certain products and whatever. We won't get into all of that, but you do want to have this kind of focused on what the name of your services are. And we won't worry about these other settings. You can set up your favicon, your social sharing image if you want. We're gonna worry about domains. So like I said, each of your funnels can have its own domain. So instead of it being, stevenscourses.pretty-co, or if you have your main website set up and it's, stevenswebsite.com, it would be stevenswebsite.com instead of .pretty-co. But if you don't add a main domain to your main website, then it'll just still say pretty-co. But you can also, like I said, connect an existing domain. So if you purchase stevensbalayagehair.com, you can connect it here and it'll give you the next steps for that. So that's all from an SEO perspective and a way for people to find you. If you have stevensbalayage.com or balayageinphoenix.com, you're going to be found way more than someone that has stevenssalon.com and then hopefully they find your balayage. So that's just something to think about. And you can edit the SEO for each one of your pages by just going to the settings of your page and editing the SEO information. All right, so let's go ahead and go through all of these pages. So right now we are on the sales page for your services. So if you want to just see all of the pages and all of the steps, just head over here and click funnels and you can see analytics and all of those good things, but you can see the steps here. And each step is essentially a page. So when you click on the step, it's going to bring you to the page to edit. So just think of it like that. And you can add new steps and new pages, and I'll show you all of that. So let's just start on the first page, which is a sales page. So it's just outlining the different services you have. And like I said, you could do multiple services. You could just do one service, however you want to do it. But what you really want to worry about on this page is where these buttons are going to. So when you click on the button and you click edit link, you're going to see here that it's bringing it to the next funnel step, which is the book page, which is what we want. But if you don't want it to go to the next funnel step, you want it to go to a different page in your funnel, you can just choose the specific page. But for this tutorial, we want it to go to the booking page. So we just want to make sure that each of these buttons are saying next funnel step. So we'll just check all of them. They all pretty much say it, but it's good to just check for good measure. Perfect. So all of those are going to the booking page. Now I just added a little about your salon here. You could put a video here if you wanted to. You could put pictures. And again, let's just check this book now. Next funnel step. Perfect. You can put the pricing, put more pictures, whatever you want to do. Next funnel step. Perfect. That's all we're worrying about. You can put some questions if you want here. And as you can see, you can build these pages out the same way you would build out your main website. So you can add new blocks. You could take new blocks from like galleries and videos and all of that and add that in there and make this page more robust. I just wanted to have a default page for you that you could get the job done without having to add anything else. But you can always customize everything that is here. You do not have to use what we have here. It's just a template and you can have more fun. So we'll check this last button here. Cool, next funnel step. Now let's move on to the next page, which is the next funnel step, which is your booking page. So like I said, you can embed your specific booking provider such as Square or I can't remember any of the other ones. I keep being like and I can't even remember any of the other names, but you could put your Square in here. You would just grab a widget and grab the code widget and put the embed code right in here, and it would show your booking provider and it would allow them to book everything on this page. It wouldn't have to bring them to a separate website because we want to keep them in your funnel. So you can go ahead and put your widget in there and then delete this as it says, just because you don't want people to see that. And you could probably delete this too, unless you want a little title above it. But this is what we're also looking at. So as I said, I'm offering them the ability to pay now, which will put them into an upsell sequence. So if they want to pay now, they can click yes. They can click this button. So this button is going to be going to the next funnel step, which when you see the next funnel step is the checkout for them to pay now. If they don't want to pay now, no, I'll pay when I see you. The link that I put here, I just took a regular text and I made a link and I made it go to the thank you page. So you see how I chose the thank you page instead of clicking next funnel step, because if we were to choose next funnel step, it would take them to the checkout, which they don't want. They just want to see you. So it'll take them directly to the thank you page if they click no. Now, another thing that I added on this page was a pop-up. So when they're leaving and if they decide, I'm done, they don't even want to click any of this, they've booked their appointment, they're done, and they're about to go leave the page, it will automatically pop up a pop-up. Let me show you that real quick. So if I were to try to go leave, you see how it popped up? Before you go, pay for your appointment. No, I'll just pay now. So I just took this same widget here and copied it into here, and just so there's another place. So like I said, if they decided to just book and it's all done and they're like, okay, I don't really care about this, I'm not going to keep going through their funnel, they try to go leave, they'll get popped up again. So even if only 1% of the people that get this pop-up now are like, all right, fine, I'll just pay for it now, you're going to be making money before they even come in, and which will actually make them more likely to actually come to their appointment and not miss it or cancel it or reschedule it. And if they do reschedule it, they've already paid for it, so they're coming. If people pay for their appointment before, they're coming. You know what I mean? And if they're not, it's something extenuating circumstances, but they will reschedule. You know what I mean? So to add that pop-up, you're just going to go over here to pages and then pop-ups and click add new and click pop-up, and you can build your pop-up. So I just built this little pop-up. As I said, it's the same experience of building as if you were building a huge page. You would just add a widget, or in this case, I just copied this button. I copied it, and now it's in our little copy tab here, and I just dragged it into that pop-up and created the pop-up. And another little thing on the pop-up, the way that I made it so it would show when they're leaving is you go here into first of all, you want to have it show on this page. Like this is the page you want it on. You don't want it on any of the other pages. So to have it pop up when they're leaving, click pop-up settings and then click show pop-up page on exit. And that will pop up, like I said, as you're going towards the exit button, it'll pop up for them. All right, so someone decided they're going to pay for their appointment. It will bring them to the next funnel step, which is the checkout page. So I just took a little checkout widget from here and I customized it a little bit, and you can change the colors and do whatever you want with that. So what you're going to do here is add a product into your store that you can sell into here. So when you come in here and you click products, and if you had a product in your store, you would click select products and you would choose that product, which would just be a service, and they could purchase that. So everything's good on this page. Let's head over to the aftercare upsell. Now, when you add a checkout widget to your specific funnel page, it will give you the option to add upsells or downsells. If you don't have the checkout widget on that page, there will be no upsell or downsell option. So you want to make sure you put that checkout widget on your page. So we'll go ahead and edit the aftercare upsell. So as you can see, it's just saying, purchase before your appointment and protect your investment. And what we used here is an actual upsell widget. So instead of how I created on that other page, how I just created the text and the button to tell them to pay for their appointment, we're actually using an upsell widget because we want this to connect. So when someone purchases and puts their credit card information on that last checkout page where they were paying for their appointment, because they're still in this flow, it will have all their information already as long as you use the upsell widget here. So instead of them having to enter their credit card information again when they click buy now for this upsell, it will already be a part of their order. So their full order doesn't process when they purchase the pay for it now booking. It will process if they decide to say no here or if they decide to say yes. So you want to grab this upsell widget, drag it in, and in the settings, you just want to choose the upsell product. And you can decide to add a decline link if you want, or you don't have to. You can put the text in there, but the decline link basically just takes them to the next funnel step, which is the thank you page. So if they said no to this, it'll still bring them to the thank you page. It'll process their original order of paying for their appointment, and they'll be shown the thank you page and they can move on. So now that we see that that is all set up, let's go ahead and head to the thank you page, the last page in this funnel. So the thank you page just says, I can't wait to see you for your appointment. You could put a refresher on your policies. You could put more information about you. You could put a video or something saying thank you or can't wait to see you or whatever. And then you could also just put other ways that they can connect with you. You can put your social information here. So we don't have any more buttons here. We're not bringing them to another funnel step. At this point, they've booked their appointment. They've possibly paid for their aftercare. Now it's just they're going to see you for their appointment. So if they want to connect with you more, you can add your links here for them to go and follow you wherever you're at. That's it. That is the beauty service funnel. I'm so excited for you guys to try this out. I feel like this is like going to be revolutionary for the beauty industry just because I feel like in-person service providers almost get shafted when it comes to talking about online business, and they should be able to have an online business as well. They don't necessarily have to be creating courses or being coaching. They can still just do their services, go in, give their clients an amazing experience, and also make money on the back end while they're not at work. Like I said, even if only like 1% of the people that go through this booking funnel actually purchase the upsell or actually pay for their appointments, that is more money than you would have been making because that 1% may have not actually purchased upsell, may have not actually purchased aftercare even in person, even if you pitch it to them in person. Some people are introverted and they would rather just purchase online and not have to deal with you selling to them in person and feeling pressured. So I just feel like this is a way for you as a service provider to make extra money that you wouldn't have. And like I said, with them paying for their appointment beforehand, if they pay for their appointment before they come, they're coming. And if something happens to where they have to reschedule, they're still coming. They already paid for their appointment. That is not, someone that paid for their appointment is not going to miss it. So I just feel like this is an opportunity that service providers weren't given before. So I was super excited when I came up with this beauty service funnel idea, and I hope that you guys like it. If there's other ideas that you have with beauty services, other things maybe you would want to sell in them, let me know in the comments below. I always love to know what you guys think and what your ideas are as well. And if I like them, I'll give you credit. So let us know. And like I said, you can sign up for Pretty Dashboard for 2 weeks for free, start building this funnel and see how it's going to work for you. You do not have to enter your credit card information. All you have to do is enter your name and email. It's a no-brainer. And another thing I want to offer you guys is a discount code. Of course, because you've watched this all the way through, I want to offer you 10% off your plan for Pretty Dash indefinitely by entering the code YouTube when you go to sign up for your actual subscription. Like I said, it's completely free to try. You do not have to enter any info for a subscription to sign up to do the 2 weeks, but when you're ready to make your site live, you do have to choose a plan and a subscription. So go ahead and use code YouTube to get 10% off your yearly or monthly plans indefinitely. I can't wait to see what beauty service funnels you build. Bye.